Hello there everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. It feels like it's been the longest time since I sat down and filmed anything, not just a sit down video but a vlog. I honestly can't remember what my last upload was that I kind of filmed in sync with my actual life, if that makes sense. And I think it's because I've reached that point of the year now. We've just entered February and all of my New Year's content is finished. All of my Christmas content is more than finished. And so there's not really as much to film. Because of that, I have decided to go down to posting one video a week again, and I'm going to try and stick to Sundays for that. If I go away, there'll be some extra videos sometimes perhaps, but typically life does just slow down a little bit, and I would like to slow down with life as well. And so I'm not going to be editing and filming 2 videos a week. That is quite a lot alongside like my normal full-time job, my 9 to 5, and relaxation time and time for me. So I have dropped down a little bit. I feel like I've waffled on for that long enough, but that's kind of why I feel like I've not spoken to you guys very much. And that's my plan for my channel over the next, I'd say, good few months perhaps. Now for this video, I am just going to sit down and make it a bit more of a chilled one. I'm on the floor, it's late at night, it's just gone 9 o'clock, don't know why I'm filming it now. Got my McDonald's Oasis because we had pizza for dinner tonight, and as I lifted it up to take a bite, I could smell that it had gone off. And I was like, that's really weird. And Charlie was already eating it and was like, yeah, it does taste a bit funny, but I'll eat it. When I took a bite, honestly, that girl would eat anything. I was like, this is off. It's only like 2 days out of date, and for me, I don't mind pushing that. It was only a vegetable pizza. It was rancid, so we had to order an emergency McDonald's. So I've got my Oasis joining me for today's video. But I thought I would film a favourites video. It's been a really long time since I've done one of these. I used to do them regularly, and once I fell off the bandwagon with my YouTube a little bit and wasn't posting as frequently, these kind of stopped. But I love these videos. Essentially, if you've never seen one before, it's basically me gathering together all of my favourite items or recommendations. If I've watched a TV series or something that I'm enjoying, I'll share that with you guys here. And I feel like for me that's a really good place to do it, because I don't film a weekly vlog every single week, so I can't update you guys like that in the moment. But I can do an overall collection at the end of the month to share with you guys what I am loving. So without any further ado, I'm going to take a big deep breath and we're going to get into it. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below, and also make sure you hit the notification bell, because if I do ever do one of those extra cheeky uploads, you don't want to miss out on it. And other than that, let's get started. So I'm sure you guys can probably guess what one of the things I'm going to be showing in here is if you've watched my recent videos. This is, I'm calling it my like Snuggie or my Oodie. It's not an actual Oodie from that brand, but essentially it is a dupe, and it is gorgeous. I'm struggling to show you it all, but it's got a massive pocket at the bottom. It's the perfect length because when I'm snuggled up on the sofa, it comes all the way down to my feet. And I was always a dressing gown girly, but I think I've been converted because Charlie's dad's partner got me this for Christmas, and I've honestly worn it every single day since, and we're now in February like I say, and I just can't get enough of it. It's so nice. So if you guys have ever been thinking, oh, I don't really know what the hype is about, you could just wear a dressing gown, I would recommend you getting one, because now I don't really wear my dressing gown as much. I don't know why. I do kind of miss it, but I really like this. Sticking with the nightwear theme, I do also have this pair of pyjamas that Charlie got me for Christmas, and I never got around to uploading what I got for Christmas, so you guys didn't actually see, but this is one of the favourite things that I got. But in all honesty, she did so well, I could probably just show you everything. She spoiled me, and everything had so much thought behind it. But these are just amazing. These are your typical kind of boyfriend style pyjamas that I wear all the time. They're a nice navy blue and they've got the white piping. I won't unravel kind of all of my bottoms, but they essentially just look the same. And I usually get mine from Primark because they're really good. They've got such a variety, so many colours. But the reason these ones are in my favourites video is because Charlie got them from M&S, Marks and Spencer's, and they are so soft. The quality is so nice. They're obviously a little bit more expensive, but as a Christmas present or as a gift, I think they're perfect. And the last clothing item that I've got on my list, I suppose it's more of an accessory, being as it's a pair of shoes, but it's actually my UGG Tasmans Who would have guessed it? But I actually wear these all the time, and I really didn't expect to. I love them, they keep my feet warm, and like I say, I never really expected to. I thought I would just be keeping them for special occasions and wear them every now and then. And I did think, it's the most I've ever spent on a shoe. They are quite pricey, but I've absolutely got my wear out of them, and when these ones die I will be repurchasing, because I don't know what I would do without them anymore. They're an absolute staple in my wardrobe, so if anyone has been thinking about getting them, I would definitely recommend. I feel like I'm spending a long time kind of waffling through each item, so I'm going to be a little bit quicker if I can. Next up, I have my new deodorant. Now, you guys will know that I converted to a stick deodorant a really long time ago. It's been a few years now, and I've been wanting to find one that's a bit more sustainable. So I tried this one, which is from the brand called Fussy, and it's essentially exactly the same as Wild. You get your little container, you pop your refill in, and when it runs out you buy a new one. And I'm really getting on quite well with it, which says something because I tend to be quite a sweaty girl, so this seems to be working well with me, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a bit more of a sustainable option. I have two more toiletry bits to show you guys, and the first one is these Pixie eye masks. It's from the Detoxify range. I've had these again for quite a while. I haven't repurchased yet because you do get like 20 eye masks in there, and I don't typically use them every day. I usually use them like once a week if I've had a bit of an everything shower. These I feel are really, really good. They've got caffeine in them. They are supposed to depuff your eyes. Clearly I need some extra help, but even if they're not doing anything to my kind of eye bags, they are so nice to put on your face, and I really feel like they just work quite nicely with my skin. I know skincare is a bit of a kind of different one for everybody, but for me these work really well. They come with a little I don't know what you call this, but thing that you can put them on and place them with, which is very helpful because they are very, very slimy. But I do think you get a good amount of product on each eye mask, so I would definitely recommend these. And then also from Boots, if you guys remember ages and ages ago, round about the time I went to Lake Bled, I think I spoke about the fact that I was getting really bad back knee, and that was in June last year, and I went to Boots. I picked up some different products to try. This is a new one because I always like to have a spare, and no kidding, this literally fixed everything, and I've not had any kind of spots on my back now for what feels like a really long time, like months and months and months, but quite clearly I do still get spots on my face. I don't know how hard it's focusing, but my chin tends to be my main breakout area at the minute, and I genuinely think that this is the reason why all of my spots cleared up on my back. So if you're looking for a kind of cheap, affordable treatment for your spots, maybe try giving this a go because it worked really, really well for me. My next favourite is a little bit unusual. We've had this now for well over a year, but like I say, I stopped doing these videos, so I never got a chance to show you guys. But it's actually an additional lock for our door, for our back patio door in particular. And it is so random, but like it's a little bit of like home security and safety that just puts your mind at rest a little bit. We obviously still lock our door, but this is just extra, and essentially you put this bit into the holes there and you lock it shut like that, but that goes around the door handles. So the handle for each patio door, one will be going this way and one will be going that way, so that even if you unlock your door and someone tries to pull down the handle, it obviously won't pull and you can't open the door. We actually got this one off Amazon, and it's from the brand Padlock, so padlock but with a T. Looks like that. And yeah, like I say, we got it on Amazon. I can't remember how much it was, but I'm tempted to say it's around the £40 mark, because we had to purchase a few afterwards because our family members then wanted their own. Oh, this is exciting, but I always feel a little bit weird when I recommend a candle to you guys because you obviously can't smell it, so I'm just asking that you trust me in that it smells nice. But again, this is something I got for Christmas. My brother's girlfriend actually gave me this. But this candle, she told me she got it from TK Maxx, but it's from the brand Purity Lab, and the candle itself is called I Am Happy. and I don't know how well you guys will be able to see, but you've basically got the wick inside, which is one of those like wood crackling wicks, and then these bits next to it are actually all crystals. There is 3 of them in there, but when we first started burning it, one of the crystals went a bit further down and got sunken, so you can't see it anymore, but it's in there somewhere. Oh, it's just so nice. It's so citrusy. It's like a big reminder of the Amalfi Coast where we're surrounded by all the lemons. It's really citrusy, really fresh. It's a perfect candle to kind of burn after you've been cleaning, because it's that fresh scent of just yeah, just citrus. It's really, really lovely. Oh, this is exciting. I have my first book recommendation for you, because this was my first 5-star read of 2024. I've been waiting to read this book for a while because I saw Jack Edwards raving about it and pretty much everyone else online. It's called I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman, and the front cover for a star is really, really lovely, but the book itself was just incredible. To put it as summed up as I possibly can without reading you the whole entire blurb, basically there's 44 women who are held captive underground in a bunker, have no recollection I think of how they got there, and just kind of accepted over time that that was their life. They were never getting out. They formed a routine, but the last girl that was kind of placed in there, or the youngest girl even, is the one that's a bit more like rebellious and questioning things and questioning life. And eventually they all managed to get out of the cage that they were kept in, leave the bunker, but then kind of the world around them isn't as they expected or as they remembered. So it's kind of their fight for survival during kind of being captive, but also their fight for survival afterwards. Don't want to give away too many spoilers, but it was a really, really good book. I've obviously read quite a few books since I last filmed a favourites video, and I did really miss having the opportunity to share my favourite reads with you all, but I did review every single book that I read in 2023 in a big roundup video that went up a few weeks ago. So if you are interested in knowing what my 5-star reads are from last year, or even some of the more highly rated books, and you wanted to check them out, then do go and watch that video. It's only a few videos back. I didn't actually upload it that long ago. Oh, I also had a list for this video and I've completely gone off it and just looked at what was in front of me, but I did have another recommendation of a book, but because I listened to it as an audio book, I don't have it for you to show you physically. So let me just load up my Goodreads and I will show you kind of the book cover on here instead. It's called Invisible Women. This is what it's like on Goodreads, but in real life, when I've seen the book in the shops, potentially like the UK version, the book cover is red. And this book was so good, as long as I read it in slightly smaller chunks. It was basically exploring data bias between men and women in today's society, but it wasn't necessarily opinionated. It was all done statistically, which is why I need it in those small chunks. And this is one of those books that I took so much from. I wrote down loads of points that it had made, loads of studies, just so that I could kind of have them in my phone and reflect back on them. And it made me really angry, the book, but it also kind of made me really motivated. And not that I can like go out there and change the world to like a massive extent, but I've been sharing kind of what I've learned with family, with friends, and it's really interesting to share that, but also to get that discussion going on the data bias that kind of women experience and how the world isn't necessarily built all the time with women in mind. I definitely recommend. It wasn't 4 stars for me. It wasn't 5 stars for me. I rated it 4 stars instead, but only because I struggle with the numbers sometimes. And then the last thing that I actually have to show you in person is this game. Jess actually got me this for my birthday last year, so I've had it for quite some time now. I've not played it as often as I would have liked, but it's called P for Pizza, and I saw this advertised on TikTok a lot through TikTok ads, and I'm not usually one to jump on the advertisements on TikTok because there's so many of them, but this looked really good, so I added it to my birthday wish list. And Jess was kind enough to buy it for me, and it was just so funny. Like, we played it together for the first time and it was hilarious. I'm just taking out kind of some of the cards now so that I can show you guys roughly what it's about. Each card has got letters on it, so this one's got S, F and D. But then what you'll do is you'll place that down on the flat surface, so like this way up. But basically on one side it's got all of these different categories. So this one says mountain, motor vehicle and requires tickets, and that matches up with kind of the letters that are on here. Oh, I do remember you have 3 of these going around and it's the middle card that you swap out. So for example, if I was trying to name like requires tickets and it touched the F, I'd be able to say like fairground, for instance, or fairground ride, and I would get to keep the card. And whoever builds the shape of a pizza first with their card, so you need 5 along the bottom, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, basically the shape of a pizza, wins. And it is so much fun. Like I say, I've not played it as often as I would have liked, but I've got such good memories of playing this with Jess and whipping it out on occasion, and I definitely need to remember to do that more often because I really enjoyed this game. And I'm really glad I jumped on the TikTok advertisements for a change because this was great, and I think it was only about £10 as well, which I think is fairly standard for a game. And then my last recommendations, or favourites should we say, are actually TV series, so I can't physically show you them but we'll tell you about them. The first one is Afterlife, which is on Netflix, and we watched this quite a long time ago now. It was at some point probably mid last year, but it still sticks with me now and I still sometimes think about it. Essentially the plot is he loses his wife to cancer and he's quite understandably miserable to begin with and doesn't see the point in continuing, but with time he kind of finds that point and he does it through humour, sometimes quite a dark sense of humour, and it's quite shocking, it's funny, but it's also so sad and emotional, which is for me a really like nice mix of things. And both myself and Charlie really enjoyed the series. It is like only 1 season or a few seasons, I think, I can't really remember, but it was quite a short watch from what I remember, but still a really impactful one because like I say, I still think about it to this day sometimes and wish I could rewatch it again for the first time. And my other series recommendation is Young Sheldon. This is something that I've watched over time. We watched The Big Bang Theory in lockdown and just binged it, and it's really easy because it was only 20-minute episodes, and Young Sheldon is exactly the same. If you've not guessed, it's basically following Sheldon Cooper as a child and what his family life was like growing up, but it's so similar to The Big Bang Theory that it's just so enjoyable. So those are my TV recommendations for this video, and I think it's about time that I bring it to a close because I have been waffling for more than half an hour. But also let me know what your favourite things are recently, whether it's something that you were given for Christmas, because I feel like a lot of people have had enough time to use their Christmas things now and tell people like genuinely whether they're good or not. So let me know if there's anything that you got for kind of Christmas time or have bought yourself recently that you're loving, and I will probably add that to my wish list too. I do have a birthday to think about before we know it, so no harm in getting a little wish list together early, is there? Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Thank you very much for watching this video. I do really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said at the start, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below. And other than that, I will catch you very soon in the next one. Goodbye.